I would say under normal circumstances, yes, maybe Rachel Reeves didn't have to disclose what the personal matter is. The problem is that there's an alternative narrative going around, accusation, speculation. I'm not saying any of this is true or not, because we don't know the truth at the moment. That, let's just say certain people had a row with Rachel Reeves before PMQs, and that was what triggered the crying. And given that, you remember the allegations of bullying with Tory ministers, and how much Labour sort of made of that, and how serious that was considered. I think that there are sort of serious, accusations flying around here, and I think it needs to be cleared up one way or the other. Is are the accusations true? Or are people being economical with the truth? And I think it's important also because, of course, whatever the Chancellor does, the markets react, and the markets did react to what happened.
They absolutely did. And from what I gather, so obviously the next morning we saw her at the NHS launch fund, which I gather she wasn't expected to be there. So clearly there'd been some rushed decisions about, we must get Rachel back out in front of people, smiling and looking happy, and it was good to see her. But yeah, I mean, me and you, Chris, then just disagree then a little bit about that, because I think, and none of us know, and this is the whole point, but if she's got a family member that's ill or something like that, I don't think that's any of our beeswax, and I don't think she should be forced to have to tell us. But equally, where there's a void, people will fill that void. That is perfectly true. And so if they're Labour, I don't quite know what they do about that.
You can't have it both ways, where where it's and again, I have sympathy for her. Okay, I don't want to give the impressions that I don't have sympathy, but you can't have your cake and eat it, and saying, well, 1 minute it's good to emote, and then the next minute is none of your business. It's all private, and it has to be all sort of bottled up. You've got to choose really one or the other, don't you?
Well, it depends on the seriousness of the issue. And if it is a serious, Rachel Reeves is a tough cookie, right? And is kind of was sort of, people were calling her the Iron Chancellor. I wonder whether that will continue, or this is just sort of a blip in her story.